back to the rant. This, of course, is going to be a very special edition. With me, of course, today is Ty Hover, the founder and CEO for the Ultimate Hike for a Cure. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to him. We're going to have a little bit of a Q&A with Ty today. So, Ty, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Ty Hover. I'm 37. Live in the Metro Detroit area here. Founder and chairman of the Ultimate Hike for a Cure nonprofit organization dedicated to raising awareness for diabetes research and diabetes lifestyle for both type 1 and type 2 diabetics.
Okay, and what age were you when you were first diagnosed with type 1 diabetes?
I was 7 years old. Got diagnosed in October of 1979. So I've been a diabetic now for 30 years. Type 1 diabetic. Been taking 2 shots a day for most of my life. Currently I'm on Lantus insulin and Novolog.
And what has that meant to your overall health over the years? Like, have you had any sort of additional complications from your diabetes and things like that?
I've over the course of the last 12 years, I've been suffering eye problems. As you can probably see, my left eye looks lazy. What it is, I've had 4 surgeries on that eye. I've had a laser procedure done. I've had a vitrectomy done. I've had retinal reattachment done, and I've had a cataract surgery done. And it's all caused by diabetic retinopathy. And I've had a vitrectomy done on the right eye also. But my eyelid, a muscle in my eyelid is torn. And I have to get another surgery done to fix that. But yeah, because of high blood sugars and problems controlling my sugars, I've had a lot of eye problems primarily due to it. And currently, I've only got about 70% of the vision in my left eye. It's still pretty cloudy in there.
Okay, so just to kind of tell our viewers here, what was the inspiration itself for the hike? What possessed you to make this crazy attempt?
It's kind of funny. Number one inspiration was my dad. After Hurricane Katrina, my dad's a retired carpenter. And after Hurricane Katrina hit, he decided to go down to Mississippi, down to Kiln, Mississippi, Brett Favre's hometown, which is right across the bay from New Orleans. Decided to go down there and, along with a group called Samaritan's Purse, work to rebuild the area. And he's been down there for the most part the last 4 years or however long it's been since Katrina hit. He came back on my birthday this year, June 27th, and he's been down there just doing a hurricane rebuild free of charge, doing it completely for charity. And the other inspiration, I was back in 07, I was sitting at my parents' house watching Survivor Man on Discovery Channel, and just had a ray of light hit me in the head saying, "You got to do something like this." So both my dad and Les Stroud, Survivor Man, are the big inspirations behind doing the Ultimate Hike for a Cure. That and the fact that I've always wanted to see Alaska.
Right.
And I love camping and backpacking and all that too, so I figured I'd combine the things I love to do and do it for a good cause. And nothing's closer to me than diabetes research. So every diabetic out there wants a cure, as you can attest to. We all want to be cured bad, and seeing how the pharmaceutical companies aren't doing jack to help us out, and basically they're raping us blind. Same with the insurance companies. They're not doing anything to help us out. Figured I would do something to make the problems that diabetics face every day really aware, and all the other problems that come along with how the pharmaceutical and insurance companies make more money off a diabetic than somebody that's cured of diabetes. Make that very out there in the open, make everybody know what's going on, make them aware of it. So Yeah, that's a big. I'm not a fan of those Nazi organizations. So
Right now, there was an attempt already at this
yeah,
that you attempted earlier this year in 2009. If you would go ahead and kind of tell our viewers a little bit more about that.
yeah. The first hike attempt happened on March 22nd of '09. This past March. I left at 10 o'clock in the morning from Hart Plaza in downtown Detroit. And anybody that's familiar with downtown Detroit or even the NHL knows that's where all the Red Wing rallies have happened when they win a cup. And I hiked from there, and I headed up Woodward Avenue to Grand River, and then I took Grand River all the way up to Lansing. And from Lansing, I followed up 127 up to right around 75, and you can't hike along the freeway, so hiked up there to a town called Gaylord, Michigan, and Gaylord or Grayling, I don't remember whichever one is further north, and jumped on a trail system that's up there, and took that all the way up to Mackinac, and then you can't hike across the Mackinac Bridge, so I had to get a ride across Mackinac Bridge from the Bridge Authority up there, and spent a night at Strait State Park in St. Ignace, and then took a trail system from St. Ignace all the way up to Sault Ste. Marie. And when I got into Sault Ste. Marie, I was going to hook up with a trail system in Canada called the Trans-Canadian Trail.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got up there, I found out that the Trans-Canadian Trail is not done along the North Shore of Lake Superior. And after spending 2 hours with the uber-excited customs agent on the Canadian side of the border, this guy thinks Al-Qaeda is going to attack Sault Ste. Marie via a guy wearing a backpack. So after dealing with those guys, I went over to the Travel Bureau and talked with them, and they informed me that the trail system isn't done. Now, there's other trails that go along there, but they don't go all the way around the northern shore of Superior. And it's a very desolate area. There's not a lot of people that live up in that area. In fact, it's one of the most desolate areas in all of Canada. So I stayed a few days in Sault Ste. Marie, stayed at a bike shop in Sault Ste. Marie called Velorution. You can check them out, velorution.ca. Really cool people up there, and if you're ever in the Sault Ste. Marie area and you want to buy a bike, go to Velorution. But I was up there and began to hike again, and I got up about 40 miles south of Wawa, Ontario, and I started suffering dehydration and heat exhaustion. And that also coupled with the fact that I didn't have enough funding at the time. I had to turn around and come back to the Sioux, where I was put into the hospital at Sault Ste. Marie for the dehydration and heat exhaustion, which was causing my blood sugars to drop. And I had to spend the night in the hospital there and had to call it quits because physically I was not prepared. Financially, I wasn't prepared. And I had to have my roommate come and pick me up in Sault Ste. Marie and bring me home. But my resolve is there. I'm not quitting. I poured too much of my energy into this. I pretty much bankrupted myself doing this. And I'm not done. I am not done. Number one, I don't like to quit. Number two, I want to see Alaska. And this is just going to be a really cool trip either way. But thirdly, there's too many diabetics out there that need stuff like this done. I'm not the only one doing something like this. There's other nonprofit organizations out there doing other things too for diabetes, and I'm fully supportive of them. We're all working towards the same goal. We're all doing it in different ways, but we're all working towards the same goal. And, full support for them, and I can't stop. I can't stop just because, there's no trail along the North Shore of Superior, or it's too rough, or there's bears and wolves, that is kind of scary, but still, I can't stop.